teeth, that frost-burnt skin. Look.
It's clear. Go, go, go!
Fun fact, loneliness may make an individual more vulnerable to cults.
I didn't expect you of anyone to use the C word, Val. It's hurtful.
Other factors may include poor familial ties, antisocial behavior, and/or lack of care in childhood.
This is all just anti-Glorious Dawn propaganda. I didn't have any of that growing up, and I have it now. Doesn't make the Dawn somehow less or wrong.
This unit is not programmed to offer physical affection. It may tolerate an embrace if it would improve your emotional well-being.
Have you not been listening to me? My emotional well-being is fine. It's better than fine. Never mind, Val.
Standing by with life support. Maintaining your battlefield stamina.
I'm alive. Fireton. What a massacre. We missed it.
stop you with the destructive influences.
Commander, agent vitals have fallen below acceptable parameters. Emergency protocols ready. Resuming hostilities. Fortifying teammates' actions. This unit advises healing yourself now. Providing a host of health benefits. Syringes prime. System failure. Standing by for assistance. life preserver. Development unit requires service.
Restore my life or avenge my death.
Protocols ready. Fortifying teammate vitals.
Unfriendly company. They're fine.
This unit is concerned for the commander's well-being. Dispensing life. Agent vitals have fallen below acceptable parameters. Grenade away! Tag all teammates.
I'm alive.
What was...
Bears.
Maintaining your battlefield. Promoting teammate health. Fortifying teammate vitals. Ready to assist with agents.
Target! Quarry! Flush them out! Target reacquired! Outsider
Restore my
kill!
life or avenge my death.
Minimizing exposure!
Maintaining stamina.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Enemy spotted.
They never questioned, never doubted, their zeal.
I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive, but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Did these Order eggheads do...
Another intolerable destruction! Recharge the mayhem! Sector's been fully cleaned out, Commander.
protocols defended Prime.
Who needs to die? We were always taught that the Protectorate was far in advance of everybody in terms of, well, everything. But definitely in automech programming. You're fairly sophisticated, though, aren't you?
This unit was considered a top-of-the-line model approximately 10 years ago, but has undergone many unsanctioned repairs and upgrades since then. Agent Avara has said these iterations keep this unit at...
Look sharp, it's a fight! I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Maintaining your balance. Fortifying teammate vitals.
I'm alive. Who needs to die? That rift should cause us no problems now that we've acquired the modulator. Dagmar. And out of all the cultists, she elevated me to the highest rank in the Dawn. She was my supervisor, and when she saw my pain, she looked into my background, my psychological profile. But my parents were the paranoia, the protectorate, they were terrified that my behavior would lead people to start looking. You remember I told you they were vigilant? They could have helped me innumerable. She gave me a life, a family. Or so I thought. Thank you. It's hard to explain, but outside of the lab, thinking only ever... I depend on the Dawn's belief, and I won't.
It's a fight! You ignorant fools! I'm almost sorry I have to kill you! Almost!
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Dispensing life-preserving medicine. Providing... Promoting. Please seek treatment for bodily fortifying. Standing by the life support. Promoting team. You are dying. providing a host of health benefits. Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Aggressor at hand.
Dispensing life-preserving agent vitals at home. Fortifying.
Recharged for mayhem!
Sharp enough. Hostiles near.
Maintaining your battlefield. Promoting. Dispensing life-preserving medicine. Providing a host of health benefits.
Who needs to die? I can't believe you saved Niles on Horizon Point, Val. How did you get him to the ship with a leg missing?
Agent Ibarra suffered severe damage to his leg from the explosion. However, amputation was only deemed medically necessary once aboard the Incognito. Fortunately, his heart only stopped once from the multitude of stim injections needed to keep him mobile long enough to reach the ship.
Wow, that's... Damn. I'm impressed. You're kind of intense, aren't you?
This unit is programmed to apply pressure to stanch bleeding. Requesting greater intensity raises the risk of permanent injury.
Destructive influences.
We're up against a lot of Protectorate firepower. You got a plan, or are we just gonna fly by the seat of our pants as per usual?
For mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. It's the
I've got you covered, but I'd like to remind you that being set upon by an unexpected whirlwind of violence is also a great way to undermine a fighting force's morale.
refreshment centers are there to help.
Ante or the Order?
Hypothesizing. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant seek archive operational access and would likely provide assistance in this endeavor.
Whatever you say.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all... duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Heard that halt. The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect some cultist.
How'd you like to find your insides?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict. Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you.
Agent, I have a message for you. Oh,
A cultist and her
no, that won't be necessary. On behalf of the presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the artificer. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of... Oh, no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of... The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? All conflict is transient. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present. And you... But now, may all your...
This place smells like science. Or maybe that's math.
Lift access is currently restricted. At this time, residents of the South Garden are not permitted beyond.
Agent, over here. Well, this is a welcome confluence of shame about all the disorder. The negotiations had not been going as smoothly as I'd hoped, it's true. But while making our escape, we encountered one of the renegades of my order, wounded and dying. He told us all about that terrible DeVries woman's plan. You have mine and Gertie's utmost gratitude for intervening. Had she succeeded in officially, not at present. Gertie and I have kept up communication through back channels, and it is my earnest belief that this is the optimal course to chart for the Order, and for Arcadia. Though we could certainly use assistance. To begin, I believe you would need to put forth efforts in good faith with each of the two groups, earning the trust of both. Once you've worked your way up to meeting our respective leaders, you must convince them to consider joining forces. Oh, really? Perhaps the challenge rating is far less than I've hitherto calculated. Well, obviously you'll likely have to act as an intermediary between Ruth and Auntie, which will require some verbal finesse. But let's worry about that step upon reach. Transplendent. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop...
No admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission. The presiding bishop is not accepting visitors at this time.
Please direct any inquiries to the Artificer Laureate.
See that mighty tower there? Belong.
A visitor. It's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for stabbing randomly with my tools when interrupted, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. A more cynical exemplar might posit his doing this to be intentional. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. She is the most important individual in Arcadia. Not if I cannot gauge for certain if you can be trusted. I cannot allow just anyone to wander into Ruth's quarters. But there is something you could do to prove yourself worthy. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines.
Probably best to mention this to Asa before we smear blood all over Newton.
Your admittance to the Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning may come at a later date, as determined by the Office of the Oracle Laureate.
I always find I work best when undistracted. One could say I find the cultist at Newton quite the... Now, how might we be of use to one another? I scarcely take time to engage in idle conversation, but perhaps this will be illuminating in some fashion. I have nothing but respect for Ruth. Without her guidance, if I had to dig for the smallest critique, I'd note that she shoulders too much. If she collapses beneath the strain, the Order will be rudderless. This we cannot afford. Specifically, a phlogistinated firearm, capable of tunneling through reinforcements. Great. I was just thinking, I'd love for a stranger to come along and patronize me, so I generally prefer to keep discussions relevant. Let's pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order. I shall allow myself a moment of relief. Moment passed. I'd hoped killing the cultists was its own reward. But you may also take this. You've proven yourself well, but we have recently experienced a pivotally important, unforeseen development. One I must meet directly. Can I count on you? One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. I hope your zeal is properly placed. The Protectorate soldiers guarding the crash site are unlikely to let you close, unless something else is made to arrest. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Some of our scholars find answers to their solutions at the CAF integration point. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here.
The second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try.
I was under the impression that Free Market Station was open to all. Why am I being accosted?
Free Market Station is open to all. Except spies. It's awful suspicious. Gallivanting about, asking everyone to play.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're forever in your debt. Ah, before I forget, here, this is for you. Thank you ever so much for freeing my father.
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. And of course, the escort out of there. Though mostly, the pitch ball. Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. Don't know how to do anything here, but I can sing to my heart's content. You heading out? Do take...
See.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Promoting teammate health. Emergency protocols ready.
got you, Commander. Just say when.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Not by a factor of thousands. You'll have to tell me about your scholastic experiences someday, colleague. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know.
Ah, you've made such progress moving us toward an Order Anti's Choice alliance. Everything seems to be going according to the plan so far. But when you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this, if you continue working for the Order alone, it will likely burn any possible bridge with Anti's Choice. So this is our last and only chance. Farewell. I would say good luck, but I put no stock in chance.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by... I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop. Plan willing, the architect of... I admit, when I sent my initial... its recipient would be. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. If your actions were so easily imitable, then we would not be speaking right now. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that? I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise. Were it so easy, delegates would not have been required prior to now. Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? There will be no future option to reconsider. Then I will endeavor to bring that vision to fruition, if the plan wills it. A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security risks. But perhaps a remote conference could be a viable alternative. The odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But the math does improve if you have greater standing within her corporation. Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. We can finesse the details of a conference then. My time is yours, for the moment. Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat. No? Go figure. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote. May you achieve
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation. Auntie's Choice Society isn't based upon not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decides what is subject, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously.
You go on ahead. I'm shilly-shally.
Please have identification, transfer. You're not a transfer or visiting Auntie's Choice employee. I'll need to check your current standing with corporate affairs. Alrighty. Commencing review. Estimated wait time, unknown. Really? Reads like a recap of an Aetherwave drama. You're the questionable sort who we do business with, but you're definitely not our best friend. You should probably consider accepting our special offer. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Auntie's Choice holo advertorial inside your ship, so you can bear our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each
Splendid. Should be ready next. Enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed Claim. From there, make your way through the Esplanade to the head office tower.
Earth Directorate agents may accept freelance opportunities so long as they align with...
Just like our sponsored dodgeball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship season. The Spacers chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's darlings.
Trinicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Wow, this is first class.
I'm Auntie Cleo, and I don't... The ACS Undisputed Claim is not only our corporate headquarters and flagship, it's the heart of our efforts to spread unbridled self-betterment and free trade across the galaxy. Our flagship also sports a bustling commercial promenade where you'll find...
Please reconsider your choice of target.
I'll open my trust issues, Commander.
Please direct your fire away from this unit.
Hey, easy with the cracker stuff.
Hey, you, soldier with the, arm. Got a delivery for you. Got a delivery for an Inez Silong? That you? I mean, I'm sure it's you, considering there aren't many of you folk running about. But I've got to ask, company policy.
Yeah, it's me all right. Who is asking exactly?
Hey, just a courier friend. Nothing funny like. A soldier named Ortiz hired me to find you, if I could, and deliver this message.
Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute.
Ortiz was in my unit. Good man, but ain't sure why he's reaching out now. Suppose we'll...
One more thing, friend. Consider this your formal reminder that we don't offer return-to-sender service, unless you pay double, plus expediting charges. Until next time.
In the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and... Like, what sort of reception do morally gray outsiders receive when they join up with
Review page 359 of the Earth Directorate Field Manual for a list of reimbursable expenses on goods and services.
Experience the most sought-after inebriants on the Undisputed Claim. Agent Broken. A Raptidon type. Exclusively here at the bottom runner.
Entering an executive office environment.
She's the more...
I've just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister.
Alden tells me you agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand. A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in. Certainly. Answering that would come dangerously close to upward communication, which is not... Wouldn't want the junior ranks getting the idea that they can review, or law forbid. Suffice to say, Auntie Cleo is without peer. Quite literally. This corp... Aren't you adorable? Next, you'll be asking me to name a time I overcame adversity in the workplace. What is anyone apart from the function they perform? To wit, I am my job. And I rather think such an esteemed position speaks for itself.
Attention, morally gray outsider. The adventure of your lifetime awaits. Hello, daring self. As in Ida, your assignments will be some of the most decisive. Idas help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged determination. And you can see here as soon as I'm finished. Where was I? Oh, yes. Because you... Now, I'm finished. You'll find VP Hewitt right over there. When you're done, please
Well, wonderful to meet you. CF Pendergrass III, Strategic Reconfiguration. It's not every day we have such a capable operative accept our invitation to the undisputed claim. While it was those ill-fated peace talks that got you here, I've kept tabs on you for a good long time.
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now. Ursula Ormsby, Proprietary Insight Acquisition. You'll report to both of us. For now.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice. Yet they are indubitably one and the same. By coming into my employ and helping to secure Auntie's interests, you are directly
At Auntie's Choice, we make things happen. If you want to move something along swiftly, you come to us. If you want to endlessly dither about numbers...
You, my friend, are being given the opportunity of a lifetime. Auntie's Choice has a dynamic new vision, and we need a specific kind of go-getter to make it happen. Wonderful! This is the kind of wild... Your first assignment demonstrates some of the something happened at one of our repackaging facilities on Praetor.
If I understand correctly, they're having, something of a workforce. They've stopped working. The workers there simply stopped.
They expressed, and I know this is going to sound more than a bit strange, dissatisfaction.
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demands. As though employees have a right to demand anything of their employers. And what, pray tell, has them so aggrieved?
Dear law, what a bunch of devious...
So what do you suggest we do about such an utterly unheard of situation? It is absolutely imperative that we get those people back. Negotiate. As in, give in to some of their demands. Well, that's...
No, Ursula, it won't. Because we won't be the ones doing it. That is exactly why we've hired you as my brand new perturbation ameliorator. You'll solve the problem for us, and we will retain absolute deniability. Wonderful. You'll go to Praetor, meet the plant's overseer, and meet...
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely...
Commander, over here. Commander, wanted to chat with you about the cartridge that courier gave us. Ain't heard from Ortiz in... might well have been a year at this point. That's how it goes when you've fallen behind and the others got... If he's spending his hard-earned bits to contact me now, would you watch the message with me? Fella from my old unit. Didn't have a way of reaching out, neither. Thanks, Commander. Would you do the honors and get it going?
Inez, it's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Well, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. But I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hid it good. Whatever you're doing is, stop them. Don't let them do this to anyone else. Please.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. Now we just need to find those ice caves on Cloister. We keep our lamps lit, we ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the Overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! No more bottles of... 3 floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't charge us for stimulants!
Whatever it is you're after, go looking for it somewhere else.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. See that repackaging facility down there? They work us. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open. Can't imagine what. Now, if you...
This ain't like any negotiation I ever been a part of. Not that I've been part of many.
Make some others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Machines have been off for a week. Can't believe what I'm losing on Adrena time and Anti-Fizzo's Numrum. Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Some ne'er-do-wells have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences.
I reckon she's got her wires crossed. Basic dignity is what Auntie's Choice promised us when we signed up. And while we might have faced grave consequences back on Tau Ceti, it was under old management, who were trounced rather thoroughly in the end, I might add.
Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of right. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule? Or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's Bay. And when I say I, It is critical that you understand that, as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's choice. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, if I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my... I believe he has demands, but I can't be... You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. Best of luck to you. Do us proud.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
That's right,
Others
folks.
get
Keep the
the
chances
exact
going.
same pay,
I can see
but
folks
only
in her
work
office.
12 hours
So we're
days.
definitely making her miserable.
Have a profitable day.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates! With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
That's right, folks.
We don't
Keep it
want
chanting.
to make
That's
demands,
right, folks. Keep
but
it
no
chanting
more
going.
being in bottles
I can
and
see the overseer
cans.
up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
No more bottles on
That's
factory
right, folks.
floors.
Keep the chanting
Time
going.
for
I can see
unlocked
the overseer up in her
bathroom doors.
office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates. With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time. We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans. No more bottles on factory floors. Time for unlocked bathroom doors. With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor, labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that. Right. Exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
It has been incredibly difficult. And very, very messy. And finally, we realized we'd had enough. Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Thank you for your trying. I don't know if we'll get it all, but every bit you add makes some part of our lives a whole lot easier.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Welcome back, Amelia. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? 12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna... I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. Well, it's true that data shows higher worker productivity on sleep than on stims. I never imagined restful production being... That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be... All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Oh my. You're probably right. It's been so long since I've shared a facility, What more do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. And more work means more profit. More than enough. Is there more, they ask? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates!
Yeah.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these...
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her ankles for her.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's Choice at all.
Yeah, I was starting to have the same thought.
It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
Congratulations on ending the strike, Commander. These laborers may now continue their work until death or retirement occur first.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under...
Remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship it, but because...
Tramicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Head office tower.
And consume with Auntie's Choice.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little mantiwas.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off pitch roll, they call it. My, how imaginative.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Yes, suppose we should move on.
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of... Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says... Oh, do tell. I hope you gathered supplemental materials and recruited the scientist as well. Well, got what we needed. Sometimes a body count can't be helped.
Better in the ground than in our enemy's employ.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful. But we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
But truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable? But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology.
This is Anti-Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically grey consultants who labor with communities.
Oh, good to know, good to know. That's certainly interesting. Intriguing, even. What else? Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right. For your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo!
So your preliminary chores are complete? Oh, finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? We do tend to forge ahead, yes. Do hope you forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. I received a most curious transmission from Ruth Bassar, presiding bishop of the order, proposing we discuss the prospect of our groups working together. She stated this was your idea. A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Are you sure you'd rather pursue this over your current exclusive contract with us? Before I contact Ruth, I want to be 110% certain. Fine. I'll initiate a call with Ruth through a secure line in the conference room next door. Let's pick this up there. Don't keep me waiting.
And is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader... there we are.
Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Oh, spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
Amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said anything about paying, but, it would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable, but having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive, and I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. Correctly ascertained.
I disagree completely. Just look at how well the Order protected its own assets. Remember Golden Ridge, the archive? Besides, the Order will inevitably leave money on the table. Pull my other leg. If Auntie's choice doesn't make a profit from it, I literally couldn't care less. Well, I never accept a deal I don't like, and frankly, you've been becoming a little too pertinacious for my liking. We can end these negotiations at any time, you know. It seems Auntie's choice stands little to gain from them.
Evidently, we have hit an impasse. Disappointing. But not outside the expected outcomes. And you have disappointed me immeasurably. Do not come to the Order with any further petitions. We are better off without an incompetent like you.
I estimate this thriftless little misadventure has cost Aunties 100,000 bits for my time alone, besides spoiling a lucrative opportunity to do business with the Order. Seeing how you've proven yourself worthlessly incompetent at best, I have no further desire to work with you and recommend you vacate the ACS Undisputed Claim immediately.
Well, I'd say the only way that could have gone worse is if another rift exploded and tried to kill us. I hope you've got a backup plan.
For our ages, a thing of legend to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the of old corporations who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person as they tried us at Tau City. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's choice devious?
Look who her math. Oh, yeah.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations...
From where I'm point one, control of the archive.
Before we go...
What?
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said any...
Involving money and...
Ruth, I commend you.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be...
No one understands production.
Where Auntie's choice manages.
So you ramp up production?
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid.
Exactly right.
I will want to run some calculations to be sure, but I'm willing to concede on this point for now. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner. A 50-50 split? But that's so... equal. I generally consider anything less than a majority as practically a loss. But fine. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
Certainly. I'll even extend our corporate partner's micro-disc. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the Archive to consider.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spyreton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spyreton which can deliver our troops into the Archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
That was some damn fine intermediation, Commander. You might just have a future in finance. You know, after Auntie and the Order trounce the Protectorate.
Tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force traumas in
between the easy heel loafers and brand bandits. I'd pit our least bakeable tossball team against the Protector's entire roster of pitchball pushovers. School week. Have our team's 32 bets benched. They'd forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the ad win. Our athletic assets would achieve full profit potential as human billboards. Of course, I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
There you are, our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants, and covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect, it's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but, once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. The body I want isn't just some simple yet stylistically sutured together amalgamation of corpses to bolt my head atop.
Not, this time, at any rate.
No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
This is Anti-Cleo. Visiting at...
Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use my help too. She's all brains, but